Welcome to Past Chronicles. If you're new here, we uncover the forgotten truths buried beneath ash, stone, and silence. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our weekly deep dive documentaries. Today, we travel to the Roman city that died in a single breath yet remained eerily alive. This is the mystery of Pompeii, the city where time stopped. When Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, its pyroclastic surge struck with unimaginable speed. But what shocked modern archaeologists was not just the destruction, it was the perfection of the preservation. People were found in lifelike poses, running, praying, holding children. It looked less like a disaster, and more like a moment frozen mid-motion. The searing hot ash and gas created a mold around the bodies, preserving their final postures for eternity. When archaeologists later filled these voids with plaster, they revealed the last heart-wrenching seconds of life in Pompeii. It's a haunting tableau, a city of statues sculpted by catastrophe. Scientists explain this as an instant thermal shock. A burst of heat so intense it killed people before they could even react. The temperature could have reached over 300 degrees Celsius, vaporizing soft tissues in a fraction of a second. Yet even this docility fully explained the delicate details preserved in the casts, the subtle twists of hair strands, the deep furrows of wrinkles on a worried brow, the silent expressions of shock or resignation. To me, this suggests the deadly wave arrived even faster than our current eruption models estimate. It wasn't just heat. It was a pressure wave, a physical blow that fixed everything in place. These weren't just victims. They were unwilling monuments to a single, terrible instant. As excavators dug deeper, they revealed something even stranger: unfinished writings on walls. Imagine graffiti messages cut off mid-word, as if the writer simply vanished. Mid-thought, we've found political slogans, lovers' notes, and everyday scribbles, all ending abruptly. In one workshop, a painting was discovered where the artist stopped exactly halfway through a brushstroke, the pigment still wet on the wall when the ash cloud hit. These moments don't depict the chaos and panic you'd expect. They depict interruption. It's as if someone pressed the pause button on an entire civilization, leaving us to wonder what words and images were lost forever in that split second. The calmness of these scenes fascinates me. They imply that the early signs, the ground rumbling, the sky darkening with smoke, the tremors were either incredibly subtle or extremely brief. It's possible Pompeii's residents had less than a minute, maybe only a few seconds, to realize anything was truly wrong. One moment, you're painting a mural. The next, you're part of the wall itself. This city didn't die slowly over hours of ash. Its consciousness was extinguished in a flash. The eruption didn't just kill people, it stole their final thoughts, their last goodbyes. It died without warning, leaving behind a chilling silence. One of the most iconic and poignant discoveries is the bread left in ovens. Across the city, 81 carbonized loaves were found, still baking when the eruption hit. Their round, segmented shape is perfectly preserved, their rising process frozen at the exact second the lethal heat reached the bakeries. You can almost smell the phantom scent of baking bread, a ghost of daily life. This is one of the clearest and most intimate indicators of the timeline. The baker was likely preparing for the day's business, completely unaware that his final batch would become a historical artifact outlasting empires. This bread is a silent timer. Its chemistry, its state of being half-baked, proves that the fatal surge arrived so quickly that the baker never even had a chance to reach for the oven door. To me, this confirms that the eruption's most devastating wave was not just fast, it was instantaneous from a human perspective. There was no time to run, No time to scream, no time even to register the danger. The oven, a symbol of warmth and sustenance, became a tomb. It's a powerful reminder that, for the people of Pompeii, the end wasn't an event they experienced. It was something that simply happened to them. As archaeologists explored the homes, they uncovered rooms that were locked from the inside. Families were found gathered together behind sturdy wooden doors, attempting to shield themselves from whatever was happening outside. But what's unsettling is that these spaces show no signs of panic or struggle. The furniture isn't overturned. There are no marks of desperate escape. They simply waited. Huddled in cellars or interior rooms, they seem to have calmly resigned themselves to ride out the storm, believing their homes would protect them. It's a tragic miscalculation of the power they were facing. What were they hiding from? Was it the initial earthquakes shaking the foundations? Was it the hail of pumice and falling debris raining down from the sky? Or was it an early, less intense wave of toxic gas, stinging their eyes and throats? The lack of structural damage in some of these sealed rooms suggests they believed they could outlast whatever was approaching. They were using logic against a force that defied it. Tragically, the pyroclastic flow, the main killer, moved far faster and with more destructive power than any human instinct could have possibly predicted. Their shelter became their tomb. Some remains, or rather the plaster casts, appear to be screaming, their faces contorted in agony, while others seem peaceful, almost asleep. This stark contrast puzzled researchers for decades. Why did some victims experience such visible torment, while others seemed to slip away into a final, quiet stillness? Were their final moments so different? The answer tells a more complex story of the city's final moments. It wasn't a single, uniform event. A leading theory now suggests that there were varying temperatures and gas concentrations across the different parts of the city. Some areas were hit by hotter, faster waves that caused instant death and muscle contraction, creating the screaming poses. Other neighborhoods might have been engulfed by cooler, but still lethal, slower-moving clouds of suffocating ash and gas, leading to a more peaceful-looking death. To me, this reveals a grim and intimate truth. Pompeii didn't fall in one uniform moment. Every street, every house, had its own unique, final story, written in its own temperature and time. Among the ruins, a particularly curious object was discovered, an ancient sundial with warped and fractured markings. For a long time, some believed it simply melted under the eruption's extreme heat. Others saw it as symbolic damage, a physical metaphor for the moment time itself stopped for Pompeii. It's a beautiful, poetic idea, the instrument of time, broken by an event that froze time. But science offers an even more dramatic explanation. I find the shockwave theory the most convincing. A sudden, violent pulse of atmospheric pressure from the eruption could have literally fractured the stone and shifted its alignment in an instant. If this is true, it means the eruption's initial force was even stronger and more violent than the classical accounts from witnesses like Pliny the Younger describe. This wasn't just an eruption, it was an explosion of planetary scale. The sundial didn't just melt. It was shattered by the sheer power of the blast wave, a testament to a force beyond ancient comprehension. Walking through Pompeii today feels less like exploring ruins and more like viewing a three-dimensional, life-sized photograph. It's an unparalleled window into the past. Shops remain stocked with goods. Tools lie on workbenches, exactly where they were last used. Pets are found curled in corners as if they are still sleeping. The city is not just destroyed, it is paused in eternity. Every artifact, every building, every frozen figure tells a story of interrupted life. It's a place where you can feel the presence of people who lived 2,000 years ago. Their last moments preserved with an intimacy that is both breathtaking and deeply sobering. Which part of Pompeii's final moments intrigues you the most? Is it the frozen bodies, forever locked in their last gestures? The half-written messages on the walls, whispering of unfinished lives? Or the simple loaves of bread, still rising in their ovens? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries brought back to life by Past Chronicles. Thank you for watching.